Help, Heather. I want to hit my calorie deficit. I keep tracking, but I can't get into this whole pre-tracking thing. I don't like how it feels and I need some guidance. Okay. So pre-tracking, I'm going to give you a totally different way to think about it. If you were to get a paycheck and you didn't intentionally pre-think out all the places that you were going to spend that money, would you in fact probably be able to pay all your bills and B, have enough left over to do other fun things? And the answer is probably not, right? Like if you just kind of willy-nilly spend the money through the week or the month, you might find yourself not being able to pay everything. So pre-tracking is very similar, and I consider it a very loving thing to do. So if I'm in a deficit and I'm trying to lose weight, not maintain, pre-tracking is one of my keys to success. I've been pre-tracking for the last 3 weeks. The scale hasn't really budged. And then today I step on the scale and whoosh, weight loss, right? So, but pre-tracking for me is an act of self-love, because what I do is I think of future Heather. I think about her tomorrow. I think about all the yummy food she's going to want to eat. And I start with her dessert first, pre-plan that, and then work my way through the rest of the day. And what I'm doing for her is I'm maximizing her food intake while keeping her calories within a certain range and making sure she gets her protein in. So again, a very loving way of doing this. I don't feel like it's me handcuffing myself or limiting myself. So the way that pre-tracking works, step one, if you're new to tracking, period, just track what you eat for a couple weeks, at least a week, and get a feel for your eating patterns. Then, once you start getting better with meal planning, dinners and whatnot, it will become much easier. So what you can start to do at that point, I schedule time in the evening, I sit down, I think about what I got in the fridge and how I'm going to execute that. I think about where I'm going to be for the day and if I'm going to grab a meal out and probably what restaurant I'm going to go to. And I actually start with dessert or evening snack. A lot of you have been asking in the members Q&As, hey Heather, how do I deal with this nighttime eating? Accept it, track it ahead, and actually give yourself some of the snacks you would like, but make sure they're pre-measured, pre-weighed, and set to go for you at night. That's what I do for myself. I set myself up for success at my weakest point, which is nighttime eating. I start there, and then I say, okay, this is what was on the menus for dinners this week. This is what's in the fridge. This will be the dinner we have. And then, oh, you know what? We're going to be out and about for lunch. We're probably going to hit Subway. Pre-track Subway. Then, oh, here's one of my 4 to 5 standard breakfasts. I think this is probably what I'll eat. And then I plan it that way. Now, in the evening or through the day, if I eat a little something extra, have a little Parmesan cheese on something, a little bit of mayo, or anything I might have forgotten, I add that through the day or in the evening. And then I pre-track the next day. But I don't start people with pre-tracking. First, we've got to kind of get an idea of what it is you eat before we start pre-tracking. So 1 week of at least normal, this is what I ate, write it down. If your goal is weight loss and you're trying to hit a calorie target, change your mindset. Look at it as an act of love, taking the budget you have and maximizing it for deliciousness and plenty of good food. And then plan with your weakest part of the day in mind. Always say to yourself, where do I fall down? Where do I struggle? For 9 out of 10 of you, it's going to be nighttime eating. Plan that and work your way back from there. I hope this helps. Thanks for joining me on my pre-walk before Body Pump. I will talk to you soon.